when you are thinking of studying in Canada, the first thing you want to think of is the kind of program you want to study. For example, if you are going for an MBA program, Canada will always require the GRE exam, right?
Or the GMAT.
Or the GMAT. Thank you. So in that kind of situation, sometimes people feel lazy to take the GRE or GMAT. A lot of times it happens. And there are schools that waive it on certain conditions, like maybe you have a very quantitative background, you took accounting, finance, business courses for your undergrad, or you have ICANN, ECC, CFA, and the likes, and they can consider giving you a waiver. For programs in order for other business-related programs, like a master's in management, a master's in business analytics, they may not require that. But how is Canada's funding like, right? Is it usually full tuition? Is it usually full tuition, or is it usually like partially funded? These are conversations that we want to have. And when it comes to funding for Canada, I always tell people it comes in two ways, right? There are two types of master's programs in Canada. There are the research-based programs, or what you call the thesis-based programs. You know those programs where you're working with a supervisor for the entire duration of your program, and then there's the thought-based masters, more like coursework, the one we usually do in our universities, where we just do coursework, we do assignments, and then in the final semester we do projects, right? And then the PhD programs also fall under the thesis-based programs for Canada. And when it comes to Canada for funding, the heavily fund thesis or research-based programs like PhD or those thesis masters, and because the idea is that they are funding your research that you are undertaking in the country. So when the programs like that are just thought-based masters may not have substantial funding, and programs that fall into the thought-based masters will be like a master's in business analytics. So I'm not saying there's no school that does not offer substantial funding for this program. There's just fewer or lesser schools that offer it. But for an MBA program, we've still seen schools that offer up to 50%, 60%, and there's that flexibility where some Canadian schools may even have their own loans they provide to international students. So these are conversations you want to have before you even start thinking of what country can I consider, what schools can I consider. You want to think ahead. Are there opportunities available for me post-study? Are there opportunities available for me in terms of funding?